Well, it's been challenging. This sound thing, this losing connection thing, it's of course to be expected. Kitty! Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Kitty? I'm taking things down with his cone. Okay, I hope I can be heard now. I forgot to change that one setting. I'm not used to it with this new camera. So I came back, but a new person was there and said, I can't hear you, no sound. So here I am again. Sorry for the interruptions. Ah! Kitty! Come here. Come over here. Let me feed you. Come over here with mommy. Come over here. Come. Come. Come over here. Let me feed you. Because you're going to knock everything over. Come here. Come. Come. Hey. Come here. Uh-oh. No, I'm spilling it. Kitty, come. Come here. Let me feed you. Come here. I know you're hungry. Do you want it or not? What a brat. Okay, fine. Be that way. Hey, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. There was no warning. All of a sudden it said connection's not good. And I was like, hello, hello, hello. And I came back, but then the sound wasn't there. Anyway. Sorry. It's a little wacky today. I don't know. My face went right now. I make some silly faces. Okay. So we're going to, I guess, get a couple more cards and be told to pull cards. So we have our cards here. 9, 7, Ace, Daughter of Pentacles, Magician, and Empress. We're getting right into it, guys. Hopefully everybody's going to come back who is here. Oh. Yeah, that sucked. I was like, oh no, it's something bad's happening. Okay. Oh. The Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune. Itchy. Okay. The Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. No, right side up, I'm being told. Change it, right side up. Okay. I'm going to grab our book, not the book that comes with that deck, but my other book for my other deck, because that's what I'm being told to do. It just is what it is. We're going to read from here for the Daughter of Pentacles. So that would be the Page of Earth and the Angel Oracle. Oh my gosh. There. All right, guys, ready? If you're looking for a little good news, you've come to the right card. The Page of Earth tends to bring us very positive information about our finances and career plans. So we're definitely getting a theme here with this, with the other cards that we've gotten so far, and with this with this card here, the Daughter of Pentacles, also known as the Page of Earth. We may find ourselves suddenly fascinated by an entirely new project, or we may want to go back to school or just study a new topic at great length. So we're being awoken to get into movement, into things that are going to fire us up for greater wisdom and knowledge and connectedness and all that. However, sometimes the Page of Earth indicates that a sense of restlessness. We may be eager to do something more meaningful or challenging in our lives. So yeah, or just like, when is it going to happen, or when is it going to change, or what's going to break, in a good way, let the dam kind of go and flow, sort of thing. So the Page of Earth, or the Daughter of Pentacles card, is number 75. The 5 energy tells us that there will be changes to be made due to the information we receive. Those changes will put us on just the right life path. So if we're looking back and thinking about what we got, the information about life review and our focus, all of this with the stargates, all of that is in alignment with what we've got going on here. The number 75 reduces to a 3, which is perfect for a messenger, since the number 3 carries with it the process of communication. The Ascended Masters can help us carry our dreams forward. So also picking back up and piggybacking on the energy and the messages that we got from Jesus, for example. Okay. And about this card, so it's talking about like the Page of Earth, like a person. The Page of Earth, or the Daughter of Pentacles, is the kind of kid any parent would be thrilled to have. She's clever, optimistic, wiser than her years, and oh so happy to help out. She's very interested in learning and will research any topic through and through. But this can be her one downfall. She loves to study so much that she might never stop reading and get to work. So we may have to wrestle those books out of her hands if we can, and give her a little gentle nudge to take action. So, go. Okay, so that is all that I'm getting. Okay, so aside from that, this is also about kind of these two energies balancing themselves out. This Hangman energy and this Daughter of Pentacles energy. They're both in reverse. They both have very different things going on. And I'm seeing that there will be this balance. And right in between them here is the Magician, which is a really, really cool card, very much in balance. It's the first card of our major arcana. It shows up with it all. It shows up with it the sword, the pentacle, the cup, and the wand, and that beautiful bright sun, really amplifying the Stargate energy coming through. But with this Hangman, it is definitely the inner world, the outer world, the projection outward, and what's going on inside. So there's going to be more of that balance, and to really be cognizant of that. And I'm going to skip to These are all so powerful, you guys. Look at this. The Hangman, the Magician, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. These are huge, big cards. Really, really, really big. Really big cards. Again, we're seeing the sun, the moon, the sun, the moon, with these cards going on. Sometimes you would think that there's the sun and moon on all of these cards, but there's not. Just so happens to be the ones that I'm pulling and giving us messages at this time. So I'm being guided to pull get the actual book out that comes with this deck, and for us to see what it says specifically about the Magician. Oh, right to it. Okay. The Magician, self-empowerment and action. The Magician is a card of boundless, expansive energy. So like a Stargate, boundless, expansive energy. Whereas many of the major arcana deal with stillness and aspects of the mind, this card is all about action, action, action. It's time to see yourself as the wildcat. Embrace his speed, grace, and abilities. Don't be afraid to begin. You have the power of all four elements within your reach now. It is time to use them. So again, we're talking about balance, and that's really interesting is I just redid my channel art on my channel. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I was guided to redo my channel art just last night or early this morning, and it has all the four. It's representing all the four elements of earth, air, fire, and water. And we're just getting a lot of that kind of to focus on the elements, and to feel the balance of the elements, and to use all of that to tap into for going forward for action and wisdom as we go ahead, and for the energy of that. So we're going to be having these different energies with again, this was, we need to get going. So there's this balance of doing research, getting things in order, getting prioritized, getting motivated, and then being in meditation, connecting with our guides, doing that hangman thing, and not in a bad way. I'm getting the energy that I'm getting with this is that we're going to be doing this like open, close, kind of open, close thing with our energy and with our focus. So with the hangman, it's going to be kind of more introspective, like thinking about stuff, connecting with our guides, and then putting stuff in action and really having that balance. And like I said, with the Magician right in between these two, this really helps with that a lot. So we have a lot of this really intense amplified energy for the Stargate. Again, we've got our 9 of Cups. And the 10th card in the major arcana is our Wheel of Fortune. And now I'm being told to skip back to our Angel Tarot book and to look into the 9 of Cups, or that would be the 9 of Water, and to read from that. And my voice is getting a little hoarse because I'm talking so much. Okay. 9 of Water. Again, though, we're reading from a different book for the 9 of Water. The 9 of Water is one of those cards in tarot with a nickname. It's the wish comes true card. This is one of the most joyful cards in the deck and lets us know that our dreams are coming true fruition and that we have much to be joyful and grateful about. So there's this definite theme going on, you guys. I feel like I'm repeating look at it. It's 3:33 here in the Pacific. I'm like, it feels like I'm repeating myself with all of this, like, great, good news, bountiful, abundance, and, all this stuff. I mean, how great is that? Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. If this card's jumped from the deck while we're shuffling, it's a good time to make a wish. That's wonderful. This card can also indicate enjoying great luxury and the beautiful things in life. The mermaid. Oh, so in this one card, it's the mermaid. In this image, she's very happy. She's heard that her wishes will be coming true. The mermaid has her head above water, so she can't see the beautiful things underwater. Even though she hasn't yet witnessed her good fortune, she has faith that it will come to pass. Absolutely. That is so trippy. I was just last night getting this vision of having my head above water and not being able to see too far, but knowing that I've come up from the depths of, being asleep and have awoken, and my head is above water now. And like, I feel like I'm like pulling people up to like come to the surface. I had this whole thing going on. You okay, puppy? This whole vision going on. And the card that you guys, well, maybe you can see that. But her head is above water, and you can see all the cups underneath, and you can see the waves and stuff. But her perspective is pretty small from there. If you've ever been in the ocean with your head above the water and there's waves and stuff going on, you really can't see a whole lot. But you're fully aware of a lot of stuff around you, what's going on. So anyway, there are 9 cups under the water filled to the brim with jewels. However, this card doesn't restrict itself to desires of financial abundance. It can represent wishes related to career, love, health, or whatever we're hoping for. So again, like the card that we got with the Angels of Abundance, same energy, windfall of abundance. So does it feel like I'm like saying the same stuff like over and over again? So much abundance. There's just so much abundance, you guys. Oh my God, there's so much abundance, because it is like, look at these cards. It's abundance, abundance, abundance. What is this all about? The Stargate, and about what? Connecting to the abundance matrix. So this is really driving this home, you guys. I'm not just flapping my gums here. This is like really, really just letting it be known big time. The jewels are also reflective of this card's reference to luxurious material comforts. Nice. I like luxurious material comforts as well. In the background, we can see that there's water coming off the mountain to replenish the ocean. This is to remind us that there's no limit to the universe, especially in a Stargate, you guys. There's no limit to the universe. Our good fortune doesn't take away from others, and there's no lack. There's always more than enough for everybody. So please never think like, oh, I shouldn't be, accepting or receiving or wanting or needing or anything like that. It's don't dam up the abundance. Please let it flow. Angel number. The 9 of water resonates with the number 45, which is change. If I had $1 for every 45 or 54 I saw in my life, raise your hand, please, if you see a lot of 45s or 54s or 9s. But, oh my God. Yesterday was the 11th, and I saw a ton of them yesterday. So 45, big time. Change is the key word when the 5 energy is at work. And this card always brings about wonderful new developments in our lives. We need to thank our angels for the blessings we're now receiving. Thank you, angels, for the blessings we're receiving. The number 45 reduces to a 9. Again, today is a 9 day, 999. We've gotten so many 9s. Big time with the 9s. You guys seeing this? Big time with the 9s. The experiences that come with this card can help us grow and evolve so that we may be prepared to follow our life path. path. I'm going to say that again. The number 45 reduces to a 9, which is a 4 and the 5. The experiences that come with this card can help us grow and evolve so that we may be prepared to follow our life path. That's what this is all about. Okay. Oh my gosh. So juicy. So good. So good. Last but not least, you guys, we're going to get into the Wheel of Fortune. Just because I like this theme so much, being guided to crack open this book yet once again, getting into the number 10 card of the Major Arcana with the Wheel of Fortune, again representing the sun, the moon, the wheel, the circle, the eternity, the infinity of creation, that beautiful circle. The different elements, our moon is there, our sun is there, of course the owl is there to say hello, peekaboo. Wisdom is always with you. One of my favorite cards to see with a Stargate, because some Stargates can be really rough and they don't feel like a Wheel of Fortune. They feel like a wheel of piss and shit and doom, because they're the energies that are invoked in people and the collective are, oh my God. But not all of them, thank goodness. So a lot of them, and especially this last one, this 12 one, we've dealt with a lot of that piss and shit, and we're getting into nice, good, positive changes and all that good stuff. So Wheel of Fortune, the number 10 card in the Major Arcana. She laughs at piss and shit. She knows what I'm talking about. Destiny change, of course. Whether day or night, the Wheel of Fortune is always in motion. Some call it fate, others destiny. It's possible to go for months or years without feeling its presence. But when this card appears, the eye of the wheel is fixed on you. There's a destiny. You have a mission. You're going to connect to your soul. You're going to be in the driver's seat with your eyes wide open. It's happening. Don't be surprised if there's a change of course heading your way, something you'd least expect. Whatever happens to you during this time, know that it is bringing you closer to your life's purpose. So again, go with the flow. You never know how things are going to show up, from where, by whom, with what kind of things attached to it, or what kind of things it just blows away in the meantime. So there's a lot that can happen there. But this Wheel of Fortune card, really talking about destiny, really talking about the fact that it's not random at all. If there's any doubt in your mind, please, think on it, meditate on it, pray on it. Am I random? Do I have a purpose? Is there a real soul mission? Are there real soul groups? Do I have a ask these questions and wait and see, the answers that come to you. I can tell you all day long, you do have a purpose. You are here for a reason. The body that you're in, you specifically chose. The way that it looks, the place that you're born, the things that you're supposed to do, the people you're meant to connect with, the languages you speak, where you were born on the astrological chart, and the age that you are, and everything is extraordinarily meaningful. And the closer that we get and the sooner that we get to really recognizing that on a deep level and accepting it, it really requires a lot of maturity and awareness, because with awareness needs to come your responsibility to that whole thing. Because you can, this is why a lot of people will resist awakening, will turn away from certain things, will not get healings, won't do meditations, won't, will cut ties to certain people and stop doing certain things, because to move forward means to go into a space that A, you don't know about, and B, you need to be responsible for, because you know so much more. So you're required to do with your knowledge. It's not like little chipmunks just storing. And no, it's for a purpose. So it's really important to get into alignment with that, because the sooner that you do, the sooner that you really truly start to really get it. I'm definitely here for divine mission and purpose. at this time in this body. Everything is designed a certain way. I'm meant to connect with my guides on the other side. I have to think of them like they're in the spaceship and I'm on the ground and they're sending me messages and I got to figure it out. And there's all these clues with cute little cards and people that say really interesting shit. And I got to figure this out. Every single day is an experience and an opportunity to join together what we get in Astral, what we get on that dark side, not a bad side, but kind of I don't mean in the dark sense of the dark side, the bad side, but on the shadow side of things that we can't see with our eyes. And then we're on the side that we do see with our eyes, and then merge them together, shake them and see what you get from that and continue to go forward. That everything here is telling us we have the tools, we have the support, we have our guides, we have Jesus, we have the Stargate, we have the elements, we have the wisdom, we have what we need. We've gotten to a point here. However, where whoever you are that you're hearing this, you're exactly where you need to be. Just going forward, just again, knowing change is coming. Things can come very unexpectedly. They can be dramatic. They can be tough for us to process. They can challenge us. They can really bend our brain, break it sometimes so we can put it back together differently than we had it before. I've had to do that a few times. You do break your reality and you reconstruct your reality, and you break your reality and you reconstruct your reality over and over and over again as you start to implement the information that is coming to you when it's meant to, as you're meant to integrate it, as you're meant to hold on to it, as you're meant to apply it into your wake state, your dream state, your astral state, and then live accordingly. Oh my God, I'm going to sleep good tonight. Or I'll be up all night. One of the two. Okay, moving on, guys. Okay. So, on that note, at 2707 in, definitely on a mission. Yes, definitely on a mission. Okay, so I think I've got some dolphins speaking to me in color. Oh, dolphins, I swear. They are so... Looking back on my own process of awakening, dolphins started coming to me heavily, probably a good 10 years before I got anywhere near conscious. This was after, though, the ability suddenly appeared to be able to draw. Not as good as I can now, but when I was like, damn, I'm making pictures people can recognize, and I was addicted to drawing dolphins. It was my thing. I love drawing dolphins, and I just got dolphin calendars and books and stuff I would find and just like try to copy as best I could. And dolphins are really great for the bridge between spirituality, magic, nature, humanity, soul, sea, earth, air, passion, silliness, there's so much of that with dolphins. So they're one of my very favorite animals. Absolutely. Dolphins. Your dolphins that you make, your cute little wire dolphins. Oh my God, I want to. Have you made more of those? Because I definitely need to get some of that. I need to get some of those dolphins. They are so freaking cute. And you know what's really funny? Like the day before you posted your dolphin thing, I think it was the day before, somewhere in there. I can't remember what, and this used to have something else attached to it. Or no, this was it. But anyway, I got a couple of these little glass ones, like dirty bird poop. But anyway, of course, Monster over there knocked over my other one and broke it. But I still have the glass, or like glass dolphins, two of my favorite things. Yeah, I have other ones. Where are my other glass ones? I do. Yes, they're so freaking amazing. Okay, so you okay, Navi? Hi, babe. Hi, Navi. Such a cool boy. Okay, so looks like there's just three of us here. People have come and gone. I am going to really quickly take a couple pictures of these cards, all of these cards. So just bear with me for a moment. Moons, nines, abundance. Holy moly. It is just amazing. These cards we got today, you guys. So great. I'm going to use my floor. I have too much stuff everywhere. Too many cats. Too many things. I'll just keep it easy like this. I'll be right back. Okay. There's those. These. I can't believe my UPS didn't come again today. I keep hearing trucks and I'm like, UPS, but they come by here once and that's it. Want my speaker. And I got new watercolors too. Want my watercolor. Okay, did I get them all? No. Windfall of abundance. There's so much abundance. Like, oh my gosh. I can't wait to go over this again. Okay. I just wanted to do that just in case. I'm not sure exactly where we're going with this right now. As I keep seeing, like, getting images. Oh, shit, that's right. If I mail your dolphins, you'll probably cry. What do you mean? I'm sure. You'll pack it with tissues. You mean break? I don't want it to break. It doesn't look like it would break. You don't have any pictures of that on Instagram, do you? Okay, before I almost totally forgot, but being reminded, we're gonna do this. Do some cartomancy cards, see what we get. That's my card from last time. Audio is working. Hello, thank you for being here and telling me earlier. Yeah, I have a new camera and apparently it makes me set the audio every single time and I'm used to it. So it's been kind of a deal today. Okay, let's see what cards we get for cartomancy. This usually points us in some type of numerological angel number, angel code, or date, or something like that. We got the Jack of Clubs. So feeling the 3 with the clubs. J, I don't know. I always see those certain times, certain jacks now remind me of like that Jesus emoji again. Not necessarily every time. There's another card. I got the 2 of clubs. So this is, I'm seeing this mirror thing happening here, but let's go with this. Let's see what else we get. 2, another 2, and a 6. Got the 2 of diamonds and the 6. Yep, 6 of spades. That's fun. 8 of spades. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm like, I'll cry because it'll break? Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll cry. I'm used to it. So we got the 6 of spades. Hello there. 6 of spades, 8 of spades, along with the 2 of clubs and the 2 of diamonds. What does that say? I'm always squinting because I have my glasses on because I get so much glare on them, it drives me nuts. So, and plus they don't help me see very, very well. So Patsy, hello Patsy. Okay, we're just ending our collective reading. I got a bunch of tarot and oracle cards. It was an amazing reading. Hopefully you guys can go back and take a look. We had to start again, so there's a video before this one, about 2.5 hours. We did an energy update, then we got into the tarot and the oracle for the collective. We got disconnected, came back about 40 minutes ago, and finishing up the reading. I'm doing cartomancy at the moment to get some number information, and so far we got 2 2s, we got a 6, and we got 8, we got spades. And what I'm being told here is kind of like when we see the 2 4 6, if you guys are familiar with seeing the 2 4 6, or like when we have skips in numbers, or if it goes 5 10 20 2 4 6. So this is like showing me that. I need to make this bigger. Tyler says, if you're going to be on for a while, I can share this out with my subscriber. I'm sure you could bring it if you. Oh, wow. That would be fantastic. Yeah. After we do this, I'm going to be pulling a card for people individually. So I'll do that for a little bit until I'm guided to shut that down. And then we're going to be doing a guided astral meditation for the 12.12 Stargate. So yes, absolutely. More the merrier. I really wasn't planning on going anywhere anytime soon. So we're just going to be doing cards. People kind of come into this space and hang for a while. So yeah, absolutely. I would greatly appreciate that. More the merrier, the more great positive energy we can get for this Stargate and this meditation, the better. That would be fantastic. I appreciate it. Okay. So speaking of things moving quickly, you guys, just more of this. We talked about action. We talked about abundance. So don't expect a lot of slow moving days coming up. We may have a couple of them where you're like, wow, today is just taking forever. Like there will be a couple of those, but as usual, usually time is going to be moving pretty quickly. This is what it's showing me, kind of especially through the Stargate. Also prepared to be oh my god, it's hilarious. I was just like, I just got this feeling of like being like overly tired. You know when we get overly tired in the Stargate where you're just like, oh my god. You ever get like that? You're just like, I can't think or move my, thank God, like all the internal stuff does its thing on its own, because I'm so wiped out and so tired, just need to go to sleep. Literally like showing me like how he's laying down. He was laying down on my table, like that two-dimensional, like I'm laying down and I'm not getting up. We're gonna have a couple of those days coming up for sure. That'll definitely slow our time down. We are to work more with time and be aware of time and working with time. But time will be moving quicker. So if you feel like time's getting away from you, if you're having time slippages, if you're having a problem with, and I did a video on this a few months ago. It was, what did I call it? Time lapse. What was it? I can't remember right now. But it was basically when so much is coming energetically at you to think about, to look into, to research, to create, to talk about, like whatever these things are, and you just sit there kind of over. It's the paralysis of time or something like that. Now it's coming back to me. So as typical, a little bit of that will be happening too, but what I find is when I'm just like, oh my God, I'm aware of so many different possible timelines and things I could be doing, and the messages that I've gotten of where I could be going right now, that I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's all very overwhelming. And I just kind of want to stick my head in the sand sort of thing and just opt out. I'm going to opt out. If you feel like that and you're just kind of like, I've been sitting here just thinking about what I'm going to do for the last 30 minutes and I'm not actually doing anything and it's driving me insane. Just kind of take a step back and ask your guides, like, just tell me just point me in a direction right now. What am I supposed to be doing? That will help as well. Oh, the 16th. Oh, the 11th time. The 16th. Interesting. I haven't gotten anything on the 16th, honestly. But that doesn't mean anything right now. It's something to be aware of, like the 1111 times 4. That's interesting information. Got another Jack of Hearts. I'm being told to start a new pile right here. This is interesting. So I got Jack of Hearts. Let's see what happens. You prepare with soup making. You're so funny. What kind of soup? I love soup. I'm such a soup person. I love stews and soups. Oh, well, look what we got. Guess we got something there, my dear. So, yep, definitely. It'll be an uptake in ascension energies, more connections again with Jesus, like he talked about. Also, its own, I gotta look into this day. Yeah, I hadn't gotten any of this before. So thank you. For opening that up. I'm hearing another power ascension day, another day for solidifying with like integration, soul integration, connecting various points in time. So yeah, 16, just like you said. So we have this love, like, you remember how I just said, like, sometimes with the jacks, I'll feel that like intense, like Jesus energy, whatever. This is like specifically the one. It's the Jack of Hearts. So I was just talking about that. So this is the one. And so with this came up, and I was told to put this in a separate pile. So that is separate than this. So this, we're talking about the feelings, the energy, and what's going on within the Stargate about time and time moving in different ways. Also, these two, interesting. Also, these twos together. Speaking about coupling, obviously, but these four sides, more to the four elements, the four sides of the four elements, also with the masculine, the feminine. So more of that balancing coming out, more like just like big time. Like, I know that we felt a lot of this in the past, you guys, with this divine feminine, this divine masculine, this balancing of energies. Is like sometimes we're like way out of balance one way or the other, but we're really getting into more balance with that. And with that comes this unification with soulmated type stuff, soul family, soulmate, soul family, soul groups, that whole thing. Again, what this whole thing is about, the abundance matrix and connecting. Like Willow stated, my little cosmic fairy portal maker with the 16. And this energy here, so two more hearts we're looking at here. So we've got two twos. So I know I'm combining things a little bit here, but I'm being told to. And definitely the 16th comes with its special energy. So being guided to look into that, since I was not aware of it before. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, sweet potato and soup. Yes, of course. I love sweet potatoes. Salt bath. Extreme abundant self-care. Oh my gosh. I have been so into my baths and taking them up notches to extreme levels, you guys. Salts and all sorts of good stuff. It's just been amazing. My meditations, how I feel in there, how I'm healing myself, going through integrations and upgrades and stuff. I highly recommend working in your bathtub. Hopefully you have a bathtub you can get into. You can still do it in your shower too, with water. Of course, if you can submerge, that's even better. Very Christmas elf mode. Essential oil and colors and nature flowers. The whoosh. Yeah, basically, I have crystals in there. I have this new salt. It has Epsom salt, Himalayan rock salt, and Dead Sea salt with sage and rose petals and all this other stuff. And then and also have my crystals, and then it's so good. It's so good. Okay. So there is that. We are definitely going to circle back to this whole 16th thing, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I feel like I'm missing something here with this 268. I feel like I got stuff, but I'm also missing stuff. I want to revisit this, but I don't want to stay on it right now. So we'll get back to that. Okay. Frankincense. I have frankincense in a blend, but I don't have it by itself. Speaking of burning stuff, I'm going to I feel like burning stuff. I'm going to burn my incense here. Just give me a second to find my torch. What did I do with that thing? Is it in here? Yep. Hey, love bug. Oh, my goodie. Hold on, guys. Be right back. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi, guys. Hello, Lovis. Are we? Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have been out there for a long time. Here you go. There's some for you. Hey, babe. There's some for you. I'm sorry. Oh. I have hungry kitties that needed to come in. Okay. Alrighty, you guys. We have officially, finally, reached the end of our collective reading. And at this time, oh, hi, Navi. You're so gorgeous. At this time, we are going to get stuff ready for to pull a card for individual people. You okay? My dog is making dramatic noises. Oh, okay. Not the Angel Tarot. Oh, okay. We're going to compare with the Angel Tarot if needed, but we're going to work with the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is, and Myrrh. Yeah, Myrrh is awesome. Do I have Myrrh in liquid form. But anyway, here is Shadowscapes Tarot. Let me put that away real quick. We're going to be using the Shadowscapes Tarot for your individual readings. So I'm seeing 4 people here. I believe Willow chimed in a while ago. Actually, the only one that I saw people came and left that wanted full-on readings, but I said that that wasn't going to happen. It's kind of funny. I think it's funny when people do that. It's like, it kind of cracks me up. But okay, so Karen as well. So both of you guys. So we'll do Willow first, and then we'll do Karen. Just going to put this down here for a second. I just want to tell you guys really quick, this came up when I was chatting with somebody on Instagram in the middle of the night, that if you ever have like the energetic shakes, feel kind of anxious and just like, and just kind of restless, tingly, not comfortable, whatever. A really good thing to do to just cycle through some energy, at least the loose, sticky stuff that's just on the surface, is to clap your hands, rub them together, rub your arms, rub your legs, just do kind of a dry wash, and you'll feel like, okay, like kind of got some loose stuff off. It really does work. It works really well, actually. So And I like to clear some space, just kind of energetically. Just did this collective reading. It was super intense, really beautiful. I wish they could always be like that. That was awesome. And so I just want to, just going to set this stuff aside here for a second and clear the space, kind of open up to our guides and our guardians that are with all of you. And again, thank you all for being here. Take a sip of my tea. And full disclosure, people, I feel the need to fill up my little bong here and do a little bit of some marijuana before we continue. So I'm going to fill this up here real quick, because whatever I did or smoked before we got started at 12 o'clock, and it is now 4:14. Anybody else see the 1441 combination like crazy? That's another 5 symbolizing change. Of course, I see those like madness. The 4-5 and the 1-5, a lot. So it is 4, well, it was 4:14. Is flower essence good for anxiety? Yes, absolutely. I love flower essences. I have different ones. Definitely like essential oils for like rose oil will raise your vibration and calm you down really, really quick. So rose, jasmine are my 2 favorites for that. Just kind of clearing negative energy from your field and lifting you up really quick. Also is like mint. I really like mint. But rose, as far as like vibration and frequency, rose has the highest and is the frequency actually of love. And actually Jesus talks about it in one of the meditations. He came through and talked about how roses and the smell of rose is like feeling and smelling love, and just instantly like lifts you up and makes you feel really good. It opens you up in the third eye. Like it enters into your energy body and spiritual body where it just instantly calms you down. So absolutely. Yeah, lavender really calms you down too. It's a little bit different. It's definitely relaxing. Lavender is used a lot in like calming stuff or things before bed and stuff like that. I'm not, as far as scents go, I'm not big on lavender. I do like it though. And it definitely helps. You can definitely use like bath salts with lavender infused bath salts if you're like a nighttime bath person. Though that's wonderful. You can also get like lavender sachets and have them with like dried lavender and things like that. Like in these little sachets you can have like under your pillow. That's really great. Or just put lavender in your diffuser for like if you're feeling anxious or before bed. Hey, it is one hell of a camera. I also have a new light too, and I think it might be too bright, but it is a new camera. I did get a new camera. Oh, and I never answered your question about my PayPal. I'll put that on. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm also gonna put on some more music out here, but I will be right back. Oh, and I need to show you guys this. got the most amazing dark chocolate edible. You guys like my pants? They're Christmas cookies. Aren't they cute? One of my subscribers actually recently did a giveaway and I won the lemon oil. Really? Oh, I think I knew who you're talking about. I've got to see. Why didn't I get any notification? Anyway, good for you for winning the lemon oil. If you've ever had edibles and no matter what it is, a brownie, a cookie, chocolate, no matter what, there's like this taste of it, you know, like the edible taste, the THC taste. It tastes like an edible. This dark chocolate, it's a big bar, has 400 milligrams of THC, and it doesn't taste like it at all. And it's so delicious, and it's got such a great effect. And I'm eating my last piece right now. It is so good. Oh, we talked about that. I need to get some of that. Oh my God. Stop it right now. I know you said you were going to get some. This is ringing a bell. Okay, I want to show you guys this real quick and then we'll get started. Check it out. This is a dragon plant. Look, it even has a little dragon there. Isn't it so cute? And look at it. Isn't that neat? I had just maybe 2 days before saw a big old tree, a dragon tree, like a dragon tree. And those are super cool. And it's the same thing, except for really big. And the way that they grow, if you're underneath of it, they like twist out. They're super, super cool. 2 days later at the grocery store, look at what's there. Dragon tree plant. It even, how cute. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's super hardy. It's doing okay in my house, which a lot of plants don't do, like my spider plant, my ivy, because I have it warm in here because it's winter and it's cold out. So I have it nice and toasty in here. So some plants don't do so well, even though I try to move them and whatever. This one's doing really, really great. So if you guys get a chance to get this is an indoor plant. It's growing. It's got some dark spots on a couple of leaves, but otherwise it's doing really well. And it's called a dragon tree plant. Here we go. Okay. I know, it is awesome. I love it so much. I saw these and I went, oh my God, I need one. And their color, I don't know, with this orange light, they're just like super bright, like yellow, like not yellow, green, like this slimy green, yellowy green, really beautiful color. And the way that it spirals out, just, I can't get enough of it. Yeah, a dragonfly. I know. I was like, I walked in the store. I was like, what is that? And then I'm like, shut. And then I picked it up. I looked at it. I looked at Rick. I go, you're never going to guess what this plant is. He goes, what? And I showed him. He goes, no way. I was like, and I'm going to get one. So I got one. And I've actually had it for like a month now. And it's doing really, really great. And, yeah, so anyway, okay, guys. Oh, my PayPal, right. That is, I used to have it on my description. I guess I took it off. It's what is it, PayPal me? Let me look at it. I always get this wrong. Thanks for asking, by the way. I appreciate that. Let me just look because I always get it wrong. I can never get it right. I thought I made it easy on myself, but I also get confused with the whole PayPal part. Okay, it's, oh, let me just copy and paste it. Whoops. That copy? Oh. Oh, there we go. Did I do that twice? What did I just do? Oh, that is weird. Okay, well, this is what's coming up when I, tell me if that works for you guys, because that's when I copy the URL. That, let me see. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay, that's it. I don't know why it's so long. I thought I like copied it twice or something. Let's see what Patsy says. If you put roses in your house or bedroom, will it increase your vibration, especially the white ones? If you put any flowers or nature or trees or plants in your house, it will increase the vibration. So whatever you're guided to, whatever feels good to you, if roses are your thing and you're really guided to roses, then have roses. For me, it's lilies. I actually really need to get some fresh lilies. I've been without for weeks now because we've been stranded with our vehicle. I say our, Rick's vehicle. His car got smashed and I couldn't go out and get more lilies. But whatever, I mean, I have so many plants and flowers, and I keep them if they're dried. I'll keep stuff even if the flowers have died, but if it's still alive in any way, and just kind of cycle stuff through. But anything that you're guided to, especially anything that you really have an affinity for that's live or fresh. And I really do recommend getting fresh cut flowers. Go to your local florist. Or the grocery store or wherever, and whatever you're guided, spend $5 on yourself. You can get a cute little bouquet of flowers for $5 at the grocery store. Drop $10 at the florist and get, make something really nice for yourself that lasts a week or two. You're worth it. And split it up. Have a couple of vases of flowers around your home. It'll feel really, really good. So I highly, highly suggest that. All right, guys, let's get going. We are going to get started with a reading for Miss Willow. She asked for a card. So I do this like one card thing just so it's, because I mean, I could talk about one card for 20 minutes, as you guys know. So to do full-blown readings for everybody, it would really take forever. So we do a one card reading unless something else happens or something else comes up or I'm guided to switch it up in some way. We do a one card reading. And of course, if you want to book any time with me personally, you can do so. Have your own personalized reading. That was the one. The King of Wands. And we're not, I pulled it out in reverse, but they're saying not in reverse. King of Wands. Wow, what a card. Hey there, stars. Just in time for the portion of our feed here, we're getting to individualized one card readings. The Shadowscapes Oracle. The Shadowscapes Tarot, and Miss Willow just got the King of Wands. The Shadowscapes Oracle is extremely powerful, very connected to all of the elements, the different realms that we work with, the fairies, the dragons, the archangels, the angels, the galactics, just comprises everybody. And you can see that in these cards, and they're really, really detailed and beautiful. they're called the Shadowscapes. And that is the King of Wands. So, I need my glasses for the first time today, you guys, with these cards. Is it? Yeah, Levate energy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what are on these things? Hold on, I gotta clean my glasses. Who peed on my glasses? Oh yeah, I was doing dishes and the whole like brush like sprayed in my face like a bunch of like soapy water. I was like, okay, apparently I needed a baptism today. And I never cleaned my glasses. I was like, screw them. I'm over it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I can see. Wow, that was rough. Such intense energy, you guys. And speaking of roses, I'm seeing a couple of roses. Again, we have another card. I'm going to be going back to our collective reading because I cannot help it because it's showing it to me at 1:11:44 into this feed. That we have another image with somebody with a lion. So let me show you. I think maybe that was it. It just immediately popped into my head. Yeah, sun gazing can heal. Yes, I that is true. Sun gazing can. Yes, light does work to heal. My eyes have been healing and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. This is why my glasses don't work, because as I go through the process of my body doing its thing of integration and upgrades and stuff, there's just different parts of my body that my body is nothing like it used to be, and almost to a point where it's like really, it's just weird. And my eyes have definitely changed in different ways, not just from like the aging thing, but just acting differently and doing different things and kind of healing in different ways and being able to see differently, I think, too, in a really interesting way that I'm not really sure how to communicate at this time effectively. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, yes, it is true. You have to do it. It's like 20 minutes at night, 20 minutes in the morning. Don't do it any other time. It sounds way too strong and intense. So please research it and look into it about sun gazing and the benefits of it and the cautions of it and all that, because there are definitely benefits to it. The photonic rays that are coming in at those particular times that we're able to absorb, if you do that, are really, really beneficial for you. It's really amazing for your third eye as well. You can also get a similar effect if you face the sun with your eyes closed and like look at the sun with your eyes closed, and you can do that. It's really, really bright still. People tend to not be able to just naturally turn away after a while because it is so intense even with your eyes closed, but you can get very similar effect doing it that way. Okay. So Lion, Leo, energy. This it's really, look at that. Let's take a look-see there. And again, I'm being told to read to you guys directly from our Angel Tarot book, because the little book that comes with this deck is really cool. Very, very tiny. For those of you who are new here, and welcome to everybody who may be new here. I appreciate you for being here. We are doing 1-card readings for individuals, probably for maybe the next 45 minutes to an hour at most. So we'll try to go through here quickly with people. Again, we're doing 1-card readings. And then we're going to get into we'll probably break for a little bit, grab something to eat, because our guided astral meditations are super intense energetically, and I'm going to need to eat after like 5 or 6 hours of this before we get it. It's going to end up being 8 hours, just like I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Watch, just watch. But it's the 12.12 Stargate. So to me, this is just like, it's like my New Year's. Like, this is like a party. It's like New Year's. Welcome to everybody for being here. I really appreciate you all for coming and joining and bringing in your positive energy. Hopefully you guys have all had a great day. The energy's been super positive in this space. We've had a couple of technical difficulties, but nothing major, nothing crazy. So we're going to get into the King of Wands. Let me find it. I'm confusing books. Okay, water, air, earth. There we go. Like one tarot card deck with another book. It's a little strange, but this is how we do some things around here. Almost there. Oh, it's literally like the last one. Okay. Again, King of Earth. King of Earth, King of Wands. Here, if you can see, he's sitting. See what it says there. Generous, personable. I can't read it. Oh, professional, responsible, practical. King of Earth. Let's get into it, guys. The King of Earth heralds a time of incredible prosperity. Really, just riding on the theme. More and more of this going on with the abundance theme that we had going on. Okay, Kitty, you gotta wait. Time of incredible prosperity and success. When we draw this card, we can be assured that our plans are going to go exceptionally well. Money may appear to fall from the sky, but really it's our own hard work that has brought us to this time of abundance. This card can indicate okay, Kitty, you need to wait, an upcoming raise or promotion. And if we're on our own for self-employed, it can mean a real spike in having people being aware of us and using our services and stuff like that. I've been getting a lot of that energy coming through, which is really cool because there hasn't been a whole lot of that, to be honest, just because people just haven't been ready for it, you know, and that's okay. We all need to get there at our own time. So we're getting there. The King of Earth will also advise us that we should accept opportunities that come our way, even if at first glance it seems as if we should turn them down. So what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think, when you hear that? The King of Earth will also advise us that we should accept opportunities that come our way, even if at first glance it seems to us that we should turn them down. So first thoughts that come to mind when you think of that. And when we think of, you know, opportunities or things that come up that we should turn down, why do we turn things down? We turn them down usually because we're afraid of something. Right? They won't turn out right. They'll be wrong. We can't trust it. It'll be a bad decision for some reason. It'll go horribly wrong, blah, 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 blah. So here we are hopefully, for anybody who's coming in now, you'll have some time. You could be able to go back and see the reading that I just got done doing, which was incredible in regards to change and moving forward and success and motivation and prioritization, and mostly a ton of talk about abundance. So this King of Wands is saying there's nothing to be fearful of. Only good, beautiful, prosperous things are going to happen. You've been tuning in. You've been following your guides. You've been working hard. You've been doing all these things. You've been really creative. I'm speaking to you, Willow, but I'm also speaking to anybody who may resonate with this as well, because we speak to one, we speak to all, right? So that's what's coming up. We're saying we should accept them, even if it says that maybe we should turn them down. It's really to have faith, have some, employ your trust and all that stuff. I'm going to read this as if we pulled that particular card, because it's as though we did even with this one. So the symbolism may be a little bit different, maybe a little bit off, but it does apply. The rainbow in the sky speaks of good luck, abundance, and epiphany. The blue butterfly that signifies joy and happiness has returned. We previously saw it fluttering with the page of earth, and we pulled the page of earth. Remember? The good news we got from the page has indeed turned out to be true. Behind the king, there are stars that lead up to the mountain. The steps to success are right there, ready to be ascended. Can you hear like trumpets and stuff? Like, like a monumental, like something going on. Dragonflies are symbols of magic. The card tells us that things will go so easily that it will seem like magic. Angel number for a king is 78. This card pats us on the back for doing a wonderful job, and at the same time fills our coffers with golden coins. The number 78 reduces to a 6, which resonates to the energy of concerns over material comfort. So again, with being comfortable materially and maybe having upgrades in what we can afford in our lives to be, more comfortable. Maybe it's to the point of our own homes, or relocating, or, things like that. The King of Earth has the Midas touch. Everything he comes into contact with turns to gold, but that's not the extent of his concerns. He cares very much for people and is often an excellent manager. Like the Queen of Earth, he feels the need to take care of others. In his case, this is more likely to be in the form of donations or charities and helping all sorts of people when necessary. The king is a dedicated environmentalist. Also, he is often a workaholic, so he may not be home as much as we'd like. The king is largely Virgo, but has a Leo side to him. Again, bringing in that Leo energy. Like I said, look at the lions. Leo, and again, the Lion's Gate. I mentioned that in the last video. Going to mention it again in this video. You are directed to go and do the live guided astral meditation for the Lion's Gate that we did back in August on 8/8. Okay, the king is largely Virgo, which is September, but has a Leo side to him. Virgo is known for being a very hardworking sign and lives to serve. And this king fits the bill. However, just like Leo, this king does like a bit of the spotlight and definitely wants to be recognized for his good work, preferably in front of a large group of people. So this is just reminding us that we're not going to get anywhere hiding away, Like when the idea of me being on camera in front of the world first hit my consciousness years ago, I was like, you guys can just F right off about all that business, because that's not happening in my world. Sorry, wrong number. Goodbye. That's pretty much where I was coming from with it. But I had to understand and learn that I had to step outside my comfort zone of not wanting to be this and be in front of a camera. And I've learned to accept it, embrace it, and have fun with it, and not try to see it for what it is and think about all the people behind the cameras or behind the phone or behind the computers or phones or whatever, and just feel the energy and put out what I'm meant to put out, and not read too much into it or think too much about it, because it's not something that comes naturally to me. It's not something that I'm much more of a behind the camera person. Let me just put it that way. Always have been, probably always will be. Much more of a behind the camera person, but I had to tap into that side of me that does like being healing in different ways, which is helping people, and by stuff that I may be able to bring in messages, or being funny or whatever. I say a lot of the time that people that are entertainers and comedians and make people laugh and whatever, and I like to make you guys laugh, I like to make myself laugh, you're healing too. So I had to embrace all these different aspects of me being the healer, me being the creator, me being the motivator, me being the teacher and the student, all wrapped up into one, doing my own ascension while I'm helping other people do that too. So this is just an example that sometimes we must answer the call that of a phone that seems so large that it cannot be for us. You're just like, that's ringing for somebody else. It's not for me. And you just have to be like double fisted, hello? Yeah, that's me, I think. And just go with it and just answer the call of craziness and stepping outside of yourself. And that's what I'm really seeing with this card. So for you, Willow, it's really about like I see this little mousy that's just like, but I like the view from here. I like the view from here. I can see things, but it's there. And I can do my thing. I just see this, like, are you resonating with this? I'm specifically speaking to you now, Willow, because a lot of that was for the collective still, but this is for you. I'm just like getting there, like, okay, let's focus in on Willow now. Like, I can just see Willow going, yeah, I've been getting kind of messages about stuff and like being pushed out like on stage in a way that whatever the different ways that may be, of just having to be more out there with yourself and your resistance to it. And you saying, but I like this perspective, and having all sorts of reasons why it's so great. And trust me, I get it. I full on get it. It's only until very recently that I'm like, okay, maybe I need a broader scope. This comfort in my tiny little hole. Okay, fine. Even though I've known it for a long time and I've dabbled here in that, and you all know it for over a year now, there's been a resistance on my part, because I like my tiny, I've said this a billion times, I like my tiny little anonymous life. I always thought of like, big out there, people knowing, all of that stuff. Like I was, no, thank you. I'd rather be on this side looking at that or not looking at that at all. And, but we don't always choose our paths. And let me tell you that right now, people have this sense of like free will. And, it's just like, okay, to a certain extent, yeah, sure. There is a certain, thing with free will. But like we were talking about before, once you get to a certain point in your ascension of understanding certain things, your responsibility to yourself and your own mission and journey, that becomes an outdated place to be comfortable, and it needs to change. And it takes some time to get there. And so that's just kind of like, sure. And there's also kind of like, well, who's going to be looking at me? What are they going to say? I'm going to be scrutinized. You know, I've got to, you know, answer questions. I got to say stuff. I've got to talk about how you know, there's just like all these things. Is once you kind of come out in whatever way you're meant to come out, then you get an audience, whether it's 2 or 5 or 7 or 700 or 8 million or whatever the case may be. It's not just you anymore. And that's okay. It's okay. So this is like, I know this is saying that like in this card is like, he likes this, he likes being the spotlight, but I immediately saw like, okay, that's the opposite mirrored reflection of where you're comfortable, truly. So this is where you're headed, because you're going to have to learn to embrace that. You're going to remember that it's okay and that it's fun and that it's where you're needed to be. And so it will feel comfortable. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It goes from not being comfortable in that and like being like, no thanks, see ya, to, yeah, you know what? I'm feeling that because that's my path. So, you know, and when it comes to the free will thing, it's like only to a certain extent, because I was explaining this to somebody last night. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really apply. Like, I don't get to just opt out or not, or, you know, just, that's not allowed, literally. Like, I don't get to make all of my own decisions. I know that may sound strange, but it's the truth. Once you get to a certain point and you're like, this is my all, like, I'm accepting of certain things, you kind of hand over the reins of certain decision-making processes, and because you're living in that state of being kind of united into that soul mission thing, that purpose thing. So in order to live the purpose, you need to surrender a certain amount of control and live in a state of faith, because you don't know everything and how it's all going to be and turn out. And you can't possibly always be comfortable. Sorry, doesn't work that way. Now, for any of us, we're not always comfortable. We can't always be like, well, that's uncomfortable, so I'm not going to do it. Just meant to be comfortable all the time, because we're not. Nothing about growth or change or evolution from being a baby to a toddler to a child to an adolescent to an adult to, you know, whatever, all the way through ascension process. And none of it is easy. None of it is comfortable all of the time. Some of it's great. Some of the time, some of it sucks. Some of the time, but it's not always comfortable. We try to make it as comfortable as possible. And that's what the whole point of all this stuff is. So we can be the most comfortable we can possibly be. So we're giving information. Hey, yo, this is the information to make you most comfortable. What it is that you all do with it is your business, me included, because sometimes I don't listen and the fucking shit's coming out of my own mouth. You know, I am human. I've said that a million billion times. We're all just going through the process. But once we're like, yeah, sometimes I'm like full. They're like, get it out. Do your complaining about whatever's going on that's just not exactly your way right now, because you know deep down and up high and all around that it is exactly where it is supposed to be. You're energetically already there. You're getting there. You have to have faith. You've had faith. You've been shown time and time again. You are protected. You are guided. If you turn over a certain amount of your control and just let it flow and ride the wave. People that surf understand a lot about control and how they don't have a whole lot of it. And they can just manage what they can manage and try to stay on and not hit the skids on water like it's concrete. And that's what we're doing. That's just all we're doing. So it's about getting comfortable with where we need to be in our evolution, because that's where we need to be, and learn what being comfortable is as we move forward. Because we can look back and be like, yeah, that's stuff that used to be comfortable for me 10 years ago. I could think about, let's think about 10 years ago. What was comfortable for me 10 years ago? I was eating meat. I was smoking cigarettes. I was having sex with a man or a couple of men, maybe. I don't want to think about it too much right now. With men who I wasn't really connected to, really didn't love me. My body was horribly physically ill. Everybody do it for yourself. And now say, I'm definitely not that same person for whatever fill in the blank person that you were 10 years ago. We can all, every single one of us say that. What was comfortable for me then is not comfortable for me now. I'm in a completely different place, completely different person. Most likely my body, even my hair and my face looks different to a certain extent. Raise your hand if that's one of you. So we go through these places, we change in who we are, and there's a purpose and a reason for that, where we go through so many different lives within our lives. We go through so many points of duality. Some of us like boom, 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 boom. It feels like an engine, like going like those pistons with these ups and downs. And some of us were just meant to do that for a while until we figure some stuff out. But we need to get into a new place of being comfortable. So I'm going to shut up now. Hello, hello. Message received. I'm glad it resonates with you, little mousy. Enjoy your mousy time for a little bit longer. Where's my phone? Can you really resonate with that perspective of being a little mouse, like it's either in a little hole or like in a little cave, like looking, like your perspective was high, it was wide, but you're like, I'm in here. That's what I saw. It was really cute. Like, oh, little mousy. You need a bigger world, little mousy. The images that come into my head, I cannot even begin to explain to you guys when I do this stuff. It really just blows me away sometimes. Okay. Moving on. What was that thing? Okay, next we're gonna do Karen. Oh, I'm still clearing. Batter up. Didn't take long. Oh, you're gonna love this so much. This card that just popped out. You ready? Come on, focus. It's the Justice card. Justice. How wonderful is that? Glasses. So she's got the scales of justice. They're in balance. There's butterflies, which mean metamorphosis and change. She's on a tree that is growing and it's intertwined. So I'm just going through the imagery. Her wings are black and white. And once again, okay, before we go on, please, I'm sorry to pause right here, but it's getting really dark and I'm super and I'm in front of a huge window totally on display to my entire neighborhood and anybody that drives by at this point. So I'm going to close my window, my curtains, and I will be right back in just a moment. I thought of putting them up earlier, but I'm like, I'm starting at noon. It'll be fine. It was nice to have them open anyway. There's so many. We have a lot of Christmas lights on my place and Rick's place next door, my neighbor. And it looks really cool through the curtains. I just have these see-through curtains, but they're doubled up, so you just see the really cool lights all kind of together or blended together. Looks really cool. Okay, so is Karen there? She was there just a little bit ago. She's there, right? Yeah, she's there. Okay. So I am back. Now it's chilly in here. I need to turn on the heater too. Everything just changed in here. Sweater too. Okay. Yeah. See? Damn, wow, I just prevailed in court. I know. That's why I said you're going to love this card. The Justice card. It's perfect for you. Seriously. It popped out. I was like, a card just popped again. They're like, leave it. That's her card. The Justice card. So once again, we're going to talk straight out of the Angel Tarot. Oh, that is a different. Okay, well, I'm going to use that one anyway. It's different in the Angel Tarot. It's called the Strength card. But in traditional tarot, it's called the Justice card, but it's the same. It's the same one. They just move stuff around. Oh, wait, no. What am I saying? There is a joint. They move stuff around. Hold on a second. I mean, because they did weird stuff. Like instead of death for the Angel Tarot, they did ego. Like they just changed names and stuff and kind of moved things in different positions. They actually put stuff into yeah, okay, there it is. Because I'm like, there is a Justice card in the Angel Tarot. And I'm like, seeing the card, it's the number 8 card. So in this, it's the number 11 card. Here, it's number 8 card. Sorry, that's my cat's cone. We pulled from this deck, but we are reading from this book. So sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna move him in just a minute. Actually, I'm gonna move him now. I need to let my other cats out. So before I get into reading, come here, babe. Hey, you want some chickens? You want some chickens? Come with me. Come on, Libby. Oh, can you get past there? Okay, let me help you. Let me help you. He's like, come here, babe. Come. Oh, okay, come. I gotta put him in the other room or else he'll fight with my other cats This is how and why he's wearing a comb to begin with, the naughty boy. And it's that time of night where they come in and he moves back here. Good boy. I'll be right back, guys. I'll see you in a little bit, Lovey. Be a boy for me. A little bit more for me for Mama's. I need more chocolate. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging in with me. Hello, hello, hello. I should have typed in there. I will be back. Hi. Hi, Liam. You feel low, giving up? Oh, goodness. Giving up? Don't give up. Hello. Well, you know what? Stick around, hear what I have to say, and maybe you'll want a card read. Maybe there's some information for you. We're gonna do this for a little bit longer. I'm gonna get into it with Karen and her Justice card, which is right on the money with what she has going on in her life. So I feel like, when people are low and they show up, you've been guided here, that's for a reason. And so hopefully you'll start feeling better and feel a lot of love energy coming from you, from me, and from the other people that are here. This is a really positive, loving environment. And we're here to help and heal and give messages. And so a lot of times people end up feeling that and getting messages, even if they're not directed at you at the moment. Sometimes things will resonate. And then we'll just take it from there. And then we will be getting to a guided astral meditation. I highly recommend you take part in that if you're feeling low. Today is a very important day with the Stargate beginning and lots of fluctuations in energy. So again, if you're here, it's for a purpose. I hope you stick around. After we do some cards, we're going to take a break and start another video for the astral, because I'm going to need to eat before we do that. and everybody else will too. You'll need want to have at least something substantial in your bellies before we get into the guided astral meditation, because we do transmute a lot of energy. We do kind of astral travel. So you don't want to be distracted with getting hungry or really soon into it, because it does happen and it's not fun. Okay, so the Justice card, here we go. The Justice card encourages us to always do what we know is right. And in doing so, we can know that justice is always on our side. If we find ourselves in a situation where someone has the ability to make a judgment or evaluation in our favor or not, drawing the Justice card is a very good indication that things will go our way. But legal contracts should be reviewed very carefully before signing. Justice also asks us to stand up for our beliefs, to know that we're right, and to hold firm to our convictions. As we mentioned in chapter 2, Justice was originally card 8 in tarot until the wild, they explain it here, how they flipped it. So they flipped it with the Strength card in 1909, and they've chosen to return it to original position. The Dreamer's Journey. This is what this kind of whole tarot is about. When we make decisions or interact with others, we're accountable for our actions. As we visit the Justice card along our journey, we learn the rules of life, both karmic and judicial. The choices that we made along our path were put into action with the Chariot, and now those actions may be reviewed by others. Justice looks at the way we treated those around us as we moved forward. If we were kind and fair to everyone and acted with integrity, then justice will be proud of our growth and will defend us. With this card, we're taught to stand up for ourselves when we know we're right. Justice also asks us to be activists in our own ways. If we see injustice or unkindness in the world, we're asked to call attention to it. Each of us has concerns that touch our hearts, and we need not to try to change everything in this world. If we all were to pursue the causes that mean the most to us, then the world's inadequacies would be resolved. So that's a lesson for all of us, to focus, call attention to the things that really touch our hearts. So again, what we have at our disposal is our time and our energy and our money in this reality, and what we invest those things in should really be important to us. Anything we have in our environment, any person, anything alive or inanimate, it's energy, it's there, it's purposeful, and we have to see things in a way that either charges us or depletes us. We want to work with an overcharged battery as much as we possibly can. And I've talked about this before. There's also a video on that, and that's actually talked about in the description of this video, which is managing your life force battery. So when you manage your life force battery and you have the things in place that are of abundant and positive energy in your environment around you, whatever it is that is in your universe on any given day, where you go, what you look at, what's in your home, what's on your walls, what's on your bed or underneath it, or seriously, it's like everything, any surface, anything that's alive or dead or indifferent, anything that evokes any type of energetic charge and reaction in your body creates an atmosphere in your universe. So it's really important to pay attention to what is in that universe, and you're what's happening going forward. So the clearer the field, the easier you can receive and go forward. So all of that is highly important. And if anything I'm feeling and hearing right now, it's extraordinarily important during a Stargate, because everything, especially this last Stargate of the year and decade, this full moon starting the Stargate, and all of that, all of the things that we talked about before with the eclipses and the what was it? Solstice, the eclipse. See, there's the long list. It's a laundry list, literally. Okay, so here we go. And continue. Okay, so justice also asks us to be activists in our own ways. If we see injustice or unkindness, oh, sorry, I reread this. I'll finish that. Unkindness in the world, we're asked to call attention to it. Okay, sorry, went backward. Symbolism. So I'm going to talk about the symbolism as though it was that card, and because it'll be meaningful anyway. Archangel Raguel floats before two pillars that give the appearance that belongs to a court of law. And let me just show you from the book. And then this is the one from the Shadowscapes. So similar, but different. He carries perfectly balanced scales to show fairness and objective choices. So, and she has the same. He also carries an upright sword. This shows us that justice is double-edged. On one side, it makes fair and just decisions. On the other side, it expects accountability, demanding that we remain in the highest integrity. This is also speaking to what we talked about before. The more we go forward, the more we change, the more we evolve, the more responsible we need to be about all of that. Because it's like putting everything into a treasure hunt, gathering all the things that we were meant to find, and then just leaving it on the side of the road and not doing anything with it. You know, it's just like, there it is. We're meant to put it all together, and it's meant to be something. So we need to see it for what it is and have that responsibility. So this is, again, speaking, it's similar to what we were talking about before. It definitely is a theme. So the Justice card is number 8 here. So I'm going to go with this. This number is often considered to be related to material prosperity and abundance, and that's true. However, it's the very shape of the number shows an even structure of two natures. It has an understanding of right and wrong, black and white, light and dark. This number is committed to karmic balancing. Like we said earlier, when we boil it all the way down, it's about balance. Archangel Raguel is the archangel associated with this card. He's known for being the angel that we can call on when we find ourselves in a challenging situation with another person. He softens the energy and brings about reconciliation and compromise. Perfect for justice. Raguel's halo is pale blue. The astrology of this card is Libra, and Libra happens to be the only the symbols of the scales of justice for astrology is the only symbol in astrology that is not of nature, like an animal or an element. It represents the astrology is Libra, which usually represented by the scales found on this card. The sign is open-minded, balanced, idealistic, and very focused on what is fair. So, let me just tap in here and see what else I'm getting. Okay, so first off, for you specifically, Karen, my eye is being drawn to the right here. Those, I want it to focus, like, it wants to focus on me. There we go. The butterflies. And as soon as I looked at the butterflies, I saw the kind of like the vision of painting painting butterflies or doing something artistic like that. So, and that this would help balance the other things that you're doing, the other creative or evolutionary type things that you're focusing on for yourself in your metamorphosis and your change and your, evolution of the things that you're doing or learning or spending time with, again, with your energy. So it's showing me that this is another thing that, it's like, I've been thinking about it. I just haven't done it. It's not that I don't want to. I do, but I haven't. I've been doing other things when it comes to actually painting. So getting watercolors out, watercolor pencils or acrylics, but I'm kind of specifically seeing watercolor. And because it's just so easy to work with. And actually, I just got, and well, I ordered, I haven't gotten them yet because just UPS won't stop at my house and deliver it. Just not making it on the truck. My first shipment went like 100 miles away from where I live and started making its way back. And that's the one I thought was going to be here today that we thought was lost. But I also ordered another one that was supposed to be here today that didn't come. The 2 packages that were supposed to be here today that didn't come. But anyway, I digress. In that package, I ordered these watercolor pens. And they're not markers, like traditional markers. I've never used them before, but I've seen them on video and they look really amazing. I was guided to buy them. And I'll send you the, let me just do this right now so you guys can all see. And if you're in it's for anybody who's been, whether it's your first go round with painting or it's something you used to do back in the day, there are new advancements in the art technology world or the world of art and the technologies that are used in art, believe it or not. And this is one of those things, and it's called, they're watercolor brush markers. So let me grab the link so you guys can all take a look. And this is on Amazon. So sorry if you don't agree with Amazon and using Amazon. I live in the mountains and I need Amazon to come to me. I use Amazon. So there you go. You can take a look at that. Being guided to share that with you. Take a look at that. It's not expensive. They're only like $10 or whatever. And they do come in different sets. This is the one I was guided to get. And they're basically like, well, I did get, let me show you these for you painters or creators and those of you who are been thinking about it, seeing art online or on social media and kind of feeling it and really feeling like, oh, I need to do something. Maybe I've been drawing, but I really kind of feel like it. Watercolors are so easy. I got a couple new things. Actually, I got a few new things that are pretty awesome because I'm really stepping on the gas with my art. I got these pens, these brushes that you fill with water. Have you guys seen these? You fill these with water. And they have different tips. Let's to focus on my face. You guys can see that. It's like focusing on everything else. Sorry, guys. They come with different tips, like as big as these. Check that out. You can see that even easier, maybe. I got a set of 6. And what's really cool is you just don't have to keep going into your water. When you need to like dilute your color, it's like right there. You just press the button and you have your water, and it's so smooth. It's just super, it's like they're synthetic. I wasn't sure if I was going to like synthetic brushes, but I love them. They're cheap. They're $10 for 6, and they make watercolor even easier and more fun. I had Rick over here during the blackout, and I had him doing art and watercolor. And when I handed him these after he had the regular ones, he's like, "Oh, this is awesome." He was loving it. I'm like, "I'm sorry I didn't give them to you sooner." So I'm just seeing you like to balance out the different things that are going to help get you more online and more connected. It doesn't have to be like, don't think of it as something, super serious. As far as doing art, it's just doing it, just playing, just having fun. You know what I mean? Like, think about it on that level. And if it turns into something else, it turns into something else. But it's for you it's like, think of it as another form of meditation. And I'm being told that this is for several people, that this type of thing is a thing. Are we traveling to another dimension later? Definitely. You have art materials in your Amazon account that have been there for a long time. Yeah, so you definitely need to get it in your consciousness to take a look at those again, think about what you want to do or what you're being guided to do, because it's definitely coming up. It's one of the first things I'm seeing here, and it's about balancing things for you. It's really something that needs to happen. Okay. Do believe that's it as far as the book goes. Yeah. Okay. I know it came up in another card with our other general reading, but what I'm hearing right now is the need to spend more time in nature and also bring more nature inside, like we talked about a bit ago with somebody else or whatever, or just like being in nature, whatever that was. But like also that balance, the balance of being outside, maybe taking a specific, like, we're going to go to the park today. Like, one of those things, not like just going for a walk around the block, but, because that's like so easy to do anytime. It's easy to just not do it. But if you're like, we're going to go do this specific thing, this specific outing, then you're much more likely to actually do it. So that's something to consider too. You're being told to, have you been recording your kalimba? Like when you play with your kalimba? Have you been recording that at all? I'm being told no for the most part. Okay, yeah, no. Okay. So, yeah, they're saying you have not been doing that. So what you're supposed to do with that is record you playing, like when you're just not just like kind of dicking around, but when you're going to be like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and zone out and play for like 10 minutes straight kind of thing. Record it on your phone. Hopefully you have space on your phone, or try to get a record something. You can also record on your computer too. So there are apps, if you don't have it, if it doesn't come on your computer, you can you should have a microphone, so you should be able to record with programs, not really apps, but programs on your computer to record. So what you're supposed to do is to record these sessions that you play music, and you can it doesn't have to, don't be like, oh, it didn't go right because I had to stop, or I had to adjust or whatever, it sounded weird. Like, it really doesn't matter. You're just gonna record and then play it back for yourself. You can play with yourself, so you can press play and then also play in real time. So there's two of you playing at the same time. And you're also supposed to, and you can record that. And then you're also supposed to play it like before you go to bed, and just like meditating and stuff, just listen to what it is that you made on your kalimba, what you recorded. So that's also a thing I'm getting from this. I bet you have. She goes, okay, well, because I've been playing some, what'd you say? Some cool, beautiful music. My son loves my tunes that I make. That's awesome. Yeah, I love my kalimba. For anybody who's new to the party here, where did I put mine? Who's new to the party, this is a kalimba. That is, it's kind of showing the color pretty true. It's this really cool, it's kind of showing up more. Yeah, it's this beautiful blue. I've got this butterfly in there, and it just makes, I just love it so much. It's like playing wind chimes. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it too. So you can also get these on Amazon. I got mine on Amazon. She got hers from Amazon, and like $30. Not expensive, and they're beautiful. You play some beautiful music with them, and the vibrations are fantastic. Really calming. Patsy was asking earlier about calming essences or whatever, and get a kalimba. That'll calm you down real quick. It really does. It works fantastically. Like, I'll just be like, sometimes I get frustrated because my cats are fighting, or I gotta let my cats out. I'll put my one cat away, and I didn't let my other cats out. Come here, babes. Sorry, guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's a little bit out there. Birdie's still in bed. Birdie was in bed all day. Hello, Birdie, you coming? Nope. I don't know where she's at. She's always the last one in. Always. Never fails. Okay, so. If you want to make some beautiful music, put out some really nice vibes, connect spiritually, get a kalimba. That is the moral of the story. With that. Okay. Let me see if anything else got here. Definitely no exception to the rule. Your world will also be expanding. Just remember to seek balance, and also it's really important for everybody, all of us, to work on, I don't know how to put this. I can't remember. I read it a little bit ago on another card. maybe it was Willow's, but it's about knowing, having the belief in trusting ourselves and what we know and all that stuff, and expanding our worlds with that as our foundation, and coming from a place of authenticity from that place. And just know that your world is going to get bigger. I guess all of our worlds are going to get bigger, but definitely going to expand. People that you know, places that you go, what you know, all that kind of stuff is just bigger, that sort of thing. Okay, dokie. All right. Anybody else here who wants a card? Your faces are so funny. I am seeing 4 people. I don't know who's. I wish there was a little thing that said who was here. That would be super cool. So I'll give this another minute. Anybody wants to chime in if you want a card. Other than that, I guess we're done here for the time being. We're going to wrap this up for probably 20 minutes. Yeah. Eat, please. Set your spaces up if you're going to come back and do the guided astral meditation. Finally, we've been at it all day. But it's been really fun. Hopefully you guys have had fun. I know that a lot of people have come and gone and come back and in and out and stuff. Food time. I'm hungry. You guys hungry? I am really hungry. I guess that's it. It's just you two. So, thank you guys for being here. Let's come back here within like 20 to 30 minutes for our guided astral meditation. Hopefully you guys can make it. Excuse me. That'll make it, I think, right around 6 p.m. Here in the Pacific. And what? Little old me with like a card. Oh, you're making it just under the wire. Look at you. Okie dokie, mister. One last card for Sean, and then we'll wrap it up. If you come in after this, I'm sorry. But I'm going to need to eat. I don't even know what I'm going to eat. That's a problem. But I'm really hungry. Oh, I got a couple of cards. Okay. Knight of Swords. Also, 6 of Pentacles. And Knight of Swords. I need my glasses again. There's just so much going on in these little cards, I swear. Okay, this is speaking directly to your dream state. Has astral time been memorable? Oh, an unlimited credit card. I didn't even read that part. Did I get my present? What Was that you? Did you send me a donation? That's really sweet of you. I appreciate that. I saw a notification, but I didn't look. Aw. Thank you so much. That is really sweet of you. I really, really appreciate that. Every night. Nice. Yes, this is talking about that. Memorable, vivid dreams. Sometimes they're showing me that you can control them, but sometimes you're not able to. Normally, they're I guess you could say positive and high vibrational, but every once in a while things get scary. Is this correct? Got it. Hey, I go by Infiniti. Don't have to explain names to me. So is that on is that on target with how dream time can go? You had a weird one last night. Okay. Did it involve flying? Or being up high? But I'm seeing like either you're on something flying like this, like this is showing here, like quite literally. Something like that. You being above or having a higher perspective, something to that effect. Can you ask me a question here? You can ask a question. Sure, Betty. Hi. So yeah, this is speaking directly to for you. This is what I'm getting just by looking at this. This is dream time. And also, do you have times where you have to like pull over and sleep during the day? Showering. Oh, none involving flying, showering in a living room. Okay, well, pay attention to anything that could involve flying and go with it. Just go with whatever could be flying. It could be you're the one flying. It could be you're on or with the one flying. It could be something mechanical. It could be something alive. But it's like flying. You sleep 8 hours. So you have, okay, so this might be something that may happen regardless of that, where you might get, I actually forgot like what I was like, what's the question I'm waiting for? I got so distracted. You may, that may happen. So don't let that like freak you out or anything. If you get tired during the day, it happens sometimes when we need to be in that vivid dream state, but at a date in the daytime. Regardless of how much you sleep at night. So I've had periods where I slept 8 hours, I was up for 2, needed to go back to sleep. This happened like at the beginning of the month, I think. I was like, seriously, I cannot believe how much I'm needing to sleep. It was unbelievable. But it was just where what all needed to be happening. It didn't matter. It wasn't about necessarily that my body needed the rest. It was that I needed to be in that state of consciousness to go into a higher dimensional plane and do the work that I needed to do, or integrate with the energies that were coming in, or meet with whomever in astral that was also asleep. There's different fill in the blank reasons, but that happens. So you're a dreamer. It's good. It's good to be a dreamer. It's good to be a dreamer. So to answer your question as to what the dreams mean, is do you take notes? Do you write down what your dreams are about? Do you write down symbols? If you recognize things or people or events in them, are you taking, like, you're supposed to be like to answer your question, you need to be extrapolating information from these really vivid dreams that you have, and start to try to work in a more lucid state of dreaming sometimes if they are that vivid for you. But a lot of times what we can extract or remember from these really vivid dreams, sometimes we just remember that we had really vivid dreams and we'll remember a couple of snapshots. Sometimes we can remember a couple of sequences, but unless we're full on into lucid dreaming, it's really hard to remember a lot. And even in lucid dreaming, it's not solid, and where you're not focused is really flowy. So because that's all that you can handle and focus on. It's hard. Like, if you pay attention right now, if you look at the screen, if you look at me, notice how every single thing, even if you look at one of my features of my face, everything other than that is out of focus. Everything other than the exact point in which you're looking in a very small place, everything else is out of focus. We're used to seeing things in our vision that's very much out of focus. We can only focus, it's kind of in focus, but for the most part, it's not, because we can only focus on one thing. So if it's like that in this reality, it's really like that there. So it's important to extrapolate and try to remember images and symbols, especially, like, let's say in your dream, you remember going up to a house that is number 23, for example. So that would be something that's important to remember and to look into, is the number 23. And that would be purposeful in some way. So things like that. Or I went into a coffee house and this guy was playing a guitar and he had a black cat next to him and a little baby came running out. Well, there's 3 or 4 different things that are symbolic there. The man, the guitar, or 5, the coffee house, the man, the guitar, the baby, these are symbols. Sometimes we just have to take note of symbols and then put the puzzle together later. Very cool. So that's when you're like, well, that's different. If you can control them, that's when they're lucid. Other than that, they're very vivid. So it's really good. So if you can remember on that scale, it's really important for you to just take note of the things that you do see and the things that come into your consciousness and awareness. And then this other card here, this is the 6 of Pentacles. And for this card, I'm actually supposed to use our little book that comes with this. Man, what am I going to eat? I need food so bad. Finally. So, this is interesting. 6 of Pentacles, the cycles of dependencies between those that have and those that have not. Who is it truly that is the benefactor? Who holds the power? Questions. Love it when a tarot card gives you questions. What we're seeing here is the coins raining down. This, and I'm not just saying this because you just sent me money. Again, thank you so much. But this real, kind of way about you that's just very generous. And the abundance that comes from that back to you. There's like, well, what's interesting about this, so I'm seeing kind of like more like this interesting exchange with you and your like generosity. And it's pretty, it's like kind of what's supposed to happen with people. So it's really nice to see that happening. Like if, like when you give and you're very generous, that just really feeds your soul. It just really makes you feel really, really good. And like it just it has this just deeper connected effect with you. And that ties into kind of like gratefulness and being grateful and the whole abundance thing and all that. And this is just kind of really just kind of speaking to all of that, and the fact that like, well, I know you've kind of come and gone, but there's been a lot of abundant energies and a lot of like, there's going to be this influx and it's kind of like the more we turn it over, the more we give, the more we get, the more we focus in on certain things and allow for that change to take place within the giving and receiving, the more we're going to get. So it's just kind of to that. You're like Santa Claus. Yeah. It's kind of like what it's telling me. And I totally get that. Oh, the little owl. That's adorable. So just remember, I guess it's more about those are kind of funny questions that came in there, but about the power, but just, it's more about like, think about the power of that and of that energy. And I guess just tune in to what that does for you energetically in your own system. Because yeah, it's meant to give to you as well, that sort of thing. So that's what that's about. Your bonus second card. That's what that's about. But yeah, it's really showing me that like you're the type of person, like you go to a restaurant and you feel weird if you don't really over tip, like what other people would consider over tipping. To you, it's like that's just what you do. And just like you do different things in ways that is just really generous. So thank you for that, just for all of humanity's sake. It's really nice to have very generous people in the mix. And what's great is not only being generous, but having the ability, the understanding to not have attachment. That's what was talking about the power. Like when you're the benefactor, when there's the have and the have not, there can be the thing of like using that for some type of power, like as a power thing. Definitely. So, but that doesn't, it's just, that's not really a thing with you. Like Santa Claus. Santa Claus doesn't give for a power thing. He does use his giving, like, to, he does kind of hold it over your head. Like, you be naughty. If you're naughty, you're not going to get my generosity. That's funny. You're like, be naughty. Maybe I'll be more generous. Be creative. I like it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I guess that's it. So with you, Sean, it's really, pay attention to your dreams, write down symbols, pay attention to just all of that, how you feel after a dream, ask your questions before you go to sleep, be aware that you may get sleepy during the day. If not, great, but it could happen. And practice lucid dreaming more. Yes, practice lucid dreaming more. So read about it, watch videos, try to do meditations that have to do with lucid dreaming, listen to frequency music for lucid dreaming before you go to sleep at night, or binaural beats. You have to get nice comfy headsets. They make them now, I guess, like they're really nice. They're like super, super soft and stuff. So you think you understand them already? That's the scary part. Yeah, no, I get it. We were talking about that earlier. It's like once upon a time, we all kind of go through this resistance thing, whether in some way, because acceptance means like, then what, that sort of thing. And now what? And what am I supposed to do? What is this all connected to? And it kind of just opens up Pandora's box of questions that you don't have answers to. And for a lot of people, that's a lack of control that is really hard to get around. But once you do, and you just like give it over, like we were talking about earlier, just kind of like hand that over, it's a lot less scary than it sounds, truly. And as a human adults, it's difficult to comprehend that because it sounds really scary. But once you eliminate a certain aspect of you're being ultra responsible and handing over responsibility and handing over control. So just chew on that for a while. And the sooner you can digest that and put that into practice, all of us, more and more every single day, the easier it becomes. Because the more aware we are, the more connected we are, the more grounded in our body, the more connected with Gaia, the more connected with our guides, the more, you know what I mean? Just everything amplifies. But it's a major, give and take situation there. And it really takes a very conscious effort and intention to decide to relinquish control so you can move forward. It's, I think, the great paradox of awakening that stops a lot of people from advancing, to be quite honest, if we're going to get really real here before we wrap this up. With that said, don't show up to the meditation unless you're ready to really rock it, because it's going to be real once I charge my batteries and get some fuel in me, because they're really real. So be prepared for a really real experience. But with that said, I think that with a lot, like I was saying before, I think that it's the great paradox. It's that big fat elephant in the room that's so adorable, but you want to not see it. It's the Pandora's box. It's the unknown. It's what's behind the door that a lot of people will only get so close to, because it requires a suspension of belief in so many different ways. It requires a cleaning out. It requires a shuffling, a restructuring, a complete overhaul. It requires so much work that it's really easy to not get there. And like you said, it's just like, like for me, I was the same way. Like my guides were just like, you need to meditate. This was years ago. You need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. And I was like, this is after I went into a meditation that took me to another dimension. They gave me the information. I was able to heal myself. This is years after that. So I've been in meditation. I knew what it could do more than most people had awareness of what meditation could do. And there's a video about that on my channel if you want to listen to the story of that wild and crazy day. I'm going to go let my cat in. But having had an experience like that, and this is one experience, but having had an experience like that when they're like, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, because I was like, what's happening with reality? And I'm like, what's happening? And they're like, you need to meditate. This would really help you. And I'm like, I already know the craziness that goes on there. And I'm a little scared because I don't know what that is. And that's also around the time that I was getting information about being on YouTube. And at that point, they didn't have live YouTube. This is years ago before live YouTube. It was just being on YouTube and doing videos. And I was just like, whoa, and that was part of it. So I was just like, I don't know. And so we all kind of go through these different points of resistance with stuff, and really kind of diving in. For some people, it's their dreams and it's about dreaming, and that's like a really big thing. But it's also something that you can resist and not really use as a mode of messages and information and ascension and all that stuff. So it's important to see it that way and use it accordingly. So there's that. Okie dokie. Mastered flying. Well, look at you. Set your intentions for lucid dreaming. Goal shape shift into a dolphin. Mastered flying. There you go. Yeah, if you can get yourself to a point where that you can do something like that, do it. Absolutely do it. Practice all sorts of different stuff. Okay, guys. It is what time? That please say 2, 6, and not 8. I've lost all sense of reality at this point. Okay, 6 o'clock, 6:02 on December 12th. I am going to say goodbye for right now and figure out what I'm going to eat. Let's roll this forward another 30 minutes. I'm going to let my cat in, get something to eat, set up my space here. We're going to come back, quickly get started with the astral meditation, the guided astral meditation. We are going to be doing for sure DMT activation and Merkaba activation. I know I'll be channeling at least one divine being from the High Council, if not more. And who knows where we'll go and what's all going to be involved in it. As you guys know, I facilitate the ride, but I'm also getting directions as I go. So I don't, plan other than to show up. And I know certain things, like it's the astral for the Stargate. I know it's going to involve Stargate activation and integration and connecting and with the DMT and all that stuff like we've done before. I kind of have an idea, but each time it's different. So I try not to think about and not project, but please know we're doing all that stuff, and it's to help us with, getting our bodies into alignment for these Stargates. And for those of you who have done these with me, know how amazing they are and how much they help and get us all connected and all that good stuff. For our last one, our last Stargate, I did a mid-Stargate meditation as well. So that could happen this time around. I don't know, but we're starting with this one. So I will see you in a bit, you guys. Look forward. Don't rely on set your bell, but don't rely on a notification because they don't always come. So just kind of keep an eye out around 30 minutes from now. That I'm going to come online. We'll wait maybe 5-10 minutes before we get started into the astral, and then we're going to get started into the astral. Other than that, if I don't see you guys later, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Infinite love and blessings. Don't forget, the key is to create, and I love you already. You guys are amazing. Bye-bye.